Okay, so to improve this animation, what we're going to do is go into the cat motion editor and modify a few things. Before I do that, I want to see if I can get these rig. So let me select all these bones here. Alright, I'll deselect the platforms. Alright, let's see, properties. What I want to do is see if I can have these guys, if I say they're see-through, what happens with that? Let's see. I won't be able to do that. Alright, just a second. I'm going to have a pause so I can display these. I want them to be kind of wireframe here. Alright, so this will work. I can choose properties here and then display as a box instead of having it be see-through or have it be a solid mesh. That way we can see the model from behind it. Alright, so next piece, let's go back to our cat motion layer, and in the cat editor. Okay, so what we can do is, let me press play here, and I'll try to get this on the screen. Alright, so you can modify a couple of things that are listed here. So each one of the groups in general can be modified. So let's see. Alright, so we have global settings here, and you can change the speed of the animation, although I think this is fine, 30 frames per second. I think that's fine. But if you wanted to go faster, you could modify that. What I really want is to try, one thing is on the chest to make it stop rotating. So let's see. There we go. There's twist and roll. I really don't need the chest to twist at all. So what I want to do is see if I can take this down. Actually, so I paused a little bit to figure out what the settings would work. So basically I just zeroed out all of these values. It's still moving a little bit, so let's check out type of roll. I don't really want anything going on here, so I'm just zeroing out all of the settings with this. There we go. It's getting better. Still moving the body a little bit, but that actually looks pretty good. Let's see if there's anything with these others. Yeah, I don't really need the chest to be lifting. Robots are pretty rigid, so basically no motion in the chest group there. Now arms, you can kind of see how the arms are a little bit, I don't know, they're not really working out really well in my mind. So I'm going to mess with the values a little bit. Which one is this? Oh, both the arms. And this is the bend. I don't really need to have my robot flipping its arms that much, so that's probably fine. The twist, I definitely, I think that's part of the thing that's causing some issues. Let's see. Let's take that to 0. Alright. What if I just totally get rid of that there? That's better. Okay. And you guys can change yours however you like it. I feel like that's pretty good. Okay, so the arms are better now. Like I said, you can mess with the swing and all of these. All of these values are something that you can modify. Hands are okay. I'm going to leave those on. Okay. The head, if you don't like the head twisting, you can mess with that. I kind of like that. Alright, so down here with the feet, how they're crossing, it's like walking on a line. That part I definitely want to try to fix. So let's get down to the legs here. And the knee twisting, I don't want any of that. Let's zero all these guys out. Okay. I think the swinging of the legs is something that is causing an issue. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll figure out how to separate those and I'll show you. Okay, so I cleaned up that the legs aren't twisting or anything. What you really want to look at too is not just your model, look at your bone, your rig. Okay, so I found why the feet are crossing. So that has to do with these platforms. So those boxes but below the feet. So I'm going to go to the foot platform. And there's a offset for the position. So pause here real quick. And the global position Z there, you can see that is -8. So if I move these apart a little bit, I think that is going to give me just walking a little pigeon-toed there. So there we go. Just so they're not crossing. So it's the Z value. You can mess with all of them. And I believe that must be the local value of Z. Or actually, no, Y is pointing up. Yeah. So there we go. I think that's good. Although I'm not liking the swing of the legs. Let me bring this back. And then I'll mess with the legs some more. Alright, so I'm going to pause it. You guys can mess with your own. Looks pretty good from the side. Alright, I think that's about it. Experiment with all the other settings. I'm going to go back and I'm going to experiment a little bit with the legs and what I did with, I think with swinging. I turned all of that stuff off, but I think I might have to reset it. Alright, that's it for now though. Cleaned up the feet at least, they're not crossing each other.